Tonight, a bonus reading from the journal. The article is called 3 Breaths Before Words, the ancient practice that changes every conversation. This is a quiet companion to the weekly podcast, the same teacher, the same path, a different shape. I am Master Anshin. Sit comfortably, soften the shoulders, let the breath find its own rhythm. We will begin. The smallest practice I have ever taught also happens to be the one that has changed more lives than any other in my hands. It does not require an app, a meditation cushion, or a quiet room. It takes about 20 seconds. Most people will not notice that you are doing it, and yet it is, in my experience, the most reliable way to bring the wise part of you into a difficult moment before the wounded part of you gets there first. The practice is 3 breaths before words, 3 slow breaths in the half second between hearing something and saying something back. That is all. The rest of this article is about why such a small thing changes so much and how to begin tonight. Next, the 200 millisecond problem. Modern brain research has finally caught up to what monks have known for 2,500 years. When you hear something the body reads as a threat, even a small threat such as an irritated tone of voice, even a frustrated email, your nervous system fires before your conscious mind notices. The full reaction time from sound entering your ear to your jaw tightening is around 200 milliseconds. Your body has already chosen the temperature of the next sentence before you know there is a sentence to choose. This is not a flaw. This is 2 million years of survival. The body that reacted in 200 milliseconds was the body that lived in the forest. The body that paused was the body that got eaten. But the body has not yet realized that the forest is gone. The body still treats your spouse as a tiger. It still treats your manager as a tiger. It treats the 17 open tabs in your browser as a tiger. So all day long your mouth runs ahead of your mind, and at the end of the day you wonder why you are so tired. 3 breaths is the practice that interrupts the timing. A short pause. Next, the mechanics 4-1-8. Here is how to take a single breath and then how to take 3. Inhale through your nose for 4 counts. Not a deep gasp, not a yoga breath where you puff out your chest. A soft, steady inhale, the kind of breath you take when you forget you are breathing. Hold gently for 1 count, not a real hold, a small acknowledgement between in and out, like the silence between 2 notes of a song. Exhale through softly parted lips for 8 counts. The exhale is the medicine. The vagus nerve, which runs from your brain stem down through your chest and gut, is activated by long, slow exhales. When the exhale is twice the length of the inhale, your body switches from sympathetic fight or flight into parasympathetic rest and digest. The tiger walks away. The room you are sitting in becomes the room you are sitting in again. Now do that breath 3 times in a row, 20 seconds, no more. That is the entire practice. Let us turn to the next teaching. Next, why 3 and not 2 or 5? 3 breaths is enough because 3 is the number of times the body needs to receive the same signal before it trusts it. 1 slow exhale is a suggestion, 2 is a question, 3 is a decision. After 3, the body believes that the threat has passed. After 3, you can speak. 2 breaths is too few. The nervous system is still asking, is this real? 5 is too many for a real conversation. You will look like you are dissociating. 3 is the sweet spot biology gave us. It is small enough to be invisible in a conversation and large enough to change the chemistry inside you. Take a small breath here. Next, what the practice will not do. I want to be honest with you about what 3 breaths cannot do because most modern teachers are not. It will not give you the perfect sentence. It will not solve the conflict in front of you. It will not make a difficult conversation easy. A breathing practice that promises those things is selling you something. What 3 breaths does is much smaller and much more important. It puts the wise part of you in charge of the next 30 seconds of your life. Whatever you say next, you will say from a place of choice instead of a place of reaction. You may still say something hard. You may still say something honest. You may still say something firm. But you will say it on purpose instead of saying it because a tiger that is not really there told you to. Now I want to share something else. Next, a story from outside the monastery. A woman came to see me many years ago. She was a senior leader at a large company. She told me that her marriage was ending because she had become a person who interrupted her husband even when she did not mean to. She loved him. She did not know why she could not stop. She had tried a therapist, a coach, a book. Nothing had worked. I asked her to do one thing, 3 breaths before any word she said to him, just for 1 week, not all day, just when she spoke to him. She came back 3 weeks later. She did not say much. She bowed and she said, "He told me last night that he feels heard for the first time in 7 years." Then she cried for a while. I did not say anything. There was nothing to say. The breath had done the work. Sit for a moment with what we just said. Next, how to begin tonight. You do not need to add 3 breaths to every sentence of your life. That is not the practice. Choose 3 specific moments. Use them there first. Once they become natural, add a 4th. Before the first word you speak in the morning. This is the instruction my teacher gave me. The first word sets the tone for every word after it. Before you answer a text message from someone who matters, texts are read in the fight or flight part of the brain. 3 breaths give you the right one back. Before you reply to your partner when they say something that lands wrong, most marital arguments are won and lost in the half-second between hearing and answering. Try one of these 3 for a week. Notice what changes, not in the other person, in you. That is where the practice does its work. A reader asks, will people notice I am taking 3 breaths in a conversation? Almost never. 20 seconds in a real conversation feels like a thoughtful pause to the other person. Many people will actually feel more heard because you are now listening before you answer. A reader asks, what if my breath is naturally short or my chest feels tight? Start with 2 and 2 and 4 counts instead of 4 and 1 and 8. Keep the ratio. The exhale needs to be twice the length of the inhale. Build up over weeks. The body opens slowly. A reader asks, can I do this during a phone call? Yes, and it is one of the best places to use it. The other person cannot see you. 3 breaths between hearing and replying becomes a small superpower on calls with difficult clients or relatives. A reader asks, what if I forget to do it during a real conflict? You will forget. Most people forget for the first month. The practice is the noticing that you forgot. Each time you notice, you rebuild the habit a little stronger. The forgetting is part of the learning. Be patient with yourself. A reader asks, where can I learn more practices like this? My ebook, The Quiet Path, has a full chapter on breath and conversation, along with 30 other small daily practices. You can read about it on the home page. That is the end of tonight's reading. You can return to the written version at any time at masteranshin.clickdrop.online. Thank you for sharing this small quiet with me. Until next time, sit, breathe, listen,